my name is Regina, and welcome to my channel, Regina Reviews, where I review media, products, and experiences that I've tried. So, in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Fenty Skin, the starter set. So, I've got the products with me, and I've got my trusty iPad for the information, and let's get right into it. So, in March of this year, I bought Fenty Skin's travel sized starter set, and it's been about 2 months of me using it, so now I feel like I can give a very honest and thought out review. Before we get started, let's do a quick rundown of what to expect in this video. So for starters, I'm going to read the description that Sephora.com has provided of the product. Then I'm going to explain how it's worked for me, and lastly, I'm going to rate it out of 5. So I hope you guys are ready, and I hope that this video is helpful to you guys. We're going to start with the Total Cleanser. So, according to the Sephora website, it's described as Fenty Beauty by Rihanna's Total Cleanser Remove It All Cleanser with Barbados Cherry. It's described to be the 2-in-1 makeup removing cleanser that takes it all off, dissolves dirt and oil, makeup and pollution, deeply cleanses and purifies pores, fights shine, comforts and refreshes skin, and it's non-stripping. So I have the travel size version right here. For the directions, it says use day and night to remove makeup, dirt, and impurities. Wet skin, work into a lather, rinse for external use only, and use as directed. So this cleanser for me is not too different from any other cleanser that I've used. It's actually works on my face similarly to how my go-to cleanser, which is African black soap, works right now. It's definitely it works really well. The smell is not my favorite, but I can tell by all of the Fenty Beauty or Fenty Skin products that their first thought was not fragrance. Actually, let me see. These actually might be fragrance free. Let's see. They're oil free and cruelty free, but I don't see a note about them being fragrance free. I'll have to do a little bit more research, but I could tell when using these products that fragrance was not their first thought or their second thought. I think they cared first and foremost about the efficacy of the products, and then fragrance was probably last on the list. But for me, I feel like I a cleanser, as important as it is to setting up your skin routine, it's the base layer. This one didn't wow me, but it also didn't disappoint. It doesn't feel stripping, but it still emulsifies nicely. I used this my entire trip in Barcelona. It was actually how I started using it. I feel like that's kind of crazy to just decide to go on an international trip and start using a new cleanser immediately, because what if my face decided it hated it? Yeah, the smell's not great to me. I would say that I would rank this cleanser a 3.5 out of 5. I would probably not purchase again, but I could see how someone who has oily skin or needs extra help removing their makeup would love this. It says that it can be used as a makeup remover as well as a standard facial cleanser. Me personally, I would still suggest using a cleansing oil or a makeup remover wipe before you start washing your face. I don't wear makeup often. As you can probably tell, I don't have any on right now besides lip gloss. But anytime I've gone straight in with this, after wearing makeup, I have to wash my face at least twice just to make sure I get all the makeup off. And don't even get me started on eye makeup. If it's tight lines, I got something in my waterline, it's not happening. But overall, the cleanser works. It's just I would not spend my money on that. So that's how I feel about the cleanser. I forgot to mention, the entire starter pack box retails for $46 on Sephora.com as well as FentyBeauty.com, and I believe also on Kohl's.com. So that's why I always start with a travel size kit. You can never go wrong starting small, because if you don't like it, then you didn't waste all your money. And if you love it, you can go back and get more. But as you'll see throughout this video, there are elements of this set that I just wouldn't repurchase, starting with the cleanser. So 3.5. Next, I want to talk about the toner, which is the Fat Water Hydrating Milky Toner Essence with hyaluronic acid and tamarind. This is described as a fat water for skin that is extra thirsty. Strengthens skin's moisture barrier, instantly hydrates, helps skin recover from stress, and reduces the look of pores and even skin tone. I really, really like this toner. I definitely think that it has evened out my skin tone. I 100% agree that it shrinks the look of my pores. I've never had ginormous pores, but there's some right around here that decide that they want to be visible, and this has helped make it invisible. I will say, just like the moisturizer, scent is not the forefront of this. It honestly actually smells a lot like hyaluronic acid serum, which makes sense because it is a key ingredient in this. I do like the consistency. It actually reminds me of the Good Recipes watermelon toner, which I also really, really like. They're actually quite similar to me, except that one smells like watermelon and this one just smells like hyaluronic acid. They have like a good thickness to it. You just dab it in your hands, pat, 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 put it on, and you're good. Like, the toner works really well, works as expected, but it is she expensive, okay? And I forgot to read the directions. So the directions for the toner say use day and night on clean skin, apply over face with fingers for external use only, and use as directed. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's a good toner. I would probably rank it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it's expensive. It's if your nose is sensitive to fragrance, this is good because it's virtually fragrance free. Now, it does not say specifically that it is fragrance free. That is something that I find interesting, but it's very light on the fragrance, if any. Like I said, it smells like hyaluronic acid, but this works really, really well. It helps shrink my pores, and I would probably repurchase that. It would depend on how I was feeling that day. If I wanted to smell like watermelons, I would go Good Recipe. If I wanted something that was neutral and didn't really have a scent, I would go Rihanna's Fenty Skin Fat Water. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Hydra Visor Refillable Invisible Face Moisturizer with SPF 30 and niacinamide. It's said to be a supercharged skincare which hydrates, boosts skin elasticity, improves texture, and protects with invisible SPF. For the instructions, it says use every single day, no excuses. All right, apply before makeup for the ultimate canvas. I'm gonna start with the invisible SPF. She told no lies. She told no lies. It is invisible. I was worried at the start, okay? So when you apply it, it's got like a pink tint to it, and you can actually kind of see on the bottle. It's pink in there. Um, and so it kind of looked a little bit pink on my face. I was really worried that I was going to be walking around these streets with a pink face. After about 15 to 30 seconds, it definitely wore off, and it was just my regular skin complexion. And I think that technology for developing tint-free SPF has gotten a lot better, because it used to be you would be walking around the streets with white cast on your face, and that just wasn't the move. But lately, I've been seeing a lot more products that have done a really, really good job at mitigating the white cast. This is basically cast free. Like I said, you get like a pink tint for like 30 seconds, and then after that, you're back to your standard skin tone. I really like this moisturizer. I struggle with applying sunscreen, not just because of the white cast, but sometimes it leaves like an oily or greasy feeling to my face. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very lazy when it comes to my skincare. So this is actually, like Rihanna said, the starter set, the start to good skincare, okay? Um, but this, since it's both a moisturizer and it does moisturize, and also a SPF, I'm in good hands. And I would rank this like a 4.5, almost 5 out of 5 stars. The reason it's a 4.5 is because, like these other products, I'm not a fan of the scent. I don't hate it. It doesn't linger or anything like that, but it's just one of those things where it's like, meh. And overall, I have a really oily skin, and this does not leave my face looking oily or feeling oily. I will say, as I've gotten a little bit older, I've developed some dry patches right here, kind of like on the apples of my cheeks. And at about the 1 month mark of using these products, because I've been noticing this for a while. This is not new, the dry patches on my cheeks. But the rest of my skin was really moisturized and it wasn't looking oily. It was actually looking really, really good. But those two patches that stayed dry were still noticeably drier than the rest of my skin. So for me personally, because I believe in reporting all the variables, I brought the product that I use on those spots. It's the Tatcha the Dewy Skin Cream with replenishing Japanese purple rice for dry skin. This, I apply that straight to these two parts of my cheeks, rub it in, kind of let it dry down just a little bit. Then I follow it up with this moisturizer. They pair really well together. They don't fight against each other. And it's definitely improved the dry patches on my cheeks while still allowing the rest of my face to be perfectly nourished for its oiliness. So, um, I also bought this in the travel size. I actually think I got this one for free, but I recently bought the travel size because this one's about to be empty. Um, I'm a huge fan of getting the travel size of any product. I do not believe in immediately jumping into full size. So if you want to try something out, make sure it works for you before you go full size. Travel size is where it's at. I also think since the shelf life for these products, this one's shelf life is 6 months. Rihanna's products all have a shelf life of 12 months. Let me make sure on here before I lie to y'all. Yeah, these all have a shelf life of 12 months. That sometimes it can be hard to get through a product before it expires. I hate the idea of utilizing something expired. I hate purchasing something and then finding out it's expired. So always read your expiration dates, but always read the shelf life of a product once it's been opened, because that will help you determine whether or not you're going to get through it or not. Like I said, I'm only at month 2. These expire in 12 months. I probably can get a good 6 months out of just the travel size kit, and I utilize these products once or twice a day. Now the soap, probably not, but definitely can get about 6 months of usage out of the moisturizer and the toner. But yeah, thank you for tuning into my video. I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to leave some extra details about each of these products that's on the website in the video as well as in the description box. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in to Regina Reviews. Bye.